All right, we got a big day ahead of us right now, an iconic, historic day for women's slopestyle. First stop of the 2024 Crankworx World Tour, and we have tradition here in beautiful Rotorua, New Zealand. This is the Max's slopestyle in memory of a dear friend, Kelly McGarry. And this is our tradition right here. We call this the Magaza Train. We've been doing it ever since our good friend passed years ago. And now the women getting into the tradition right now, paying tribute to Kelly McGarry, about ready to make history and take to this iconic slopestyle course. We have a very incredibly brave group of women out there who are going to take this first step and drop these contest runs. We got big heroes in our Crankworx community right there. Caroline Buchanan, the reigning queen, all the way through to riders like Robin Gooms, the #1 ranked slopestyle women's athlete in the world, and then the up-and-coming future of the sport. Last rider dropped in today's competition, Patricia Druin. I feel like that group of 6 right here are going to go into history as the ones to basically walk on the moon of women's slopestyle. It's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, absolutely, Cam. So many storylines. I mean, we got riders like Caroline and Robin. They've really changed their entire program to focus on this slopestyle event. Really taking the opportunity that Crankworx has given these women to have this platform and make this contest happen. And then, like you said, with Patricia, she's that next big thing, really. I think she's going to be the one that is going to push these women and make this thing go into the next stratosphere. Obviously, everybody tuning in from around the world who is a dedicated slopestyle mountain bike fan, you're wondering what in the world is going on. We have a statement provided right here that I'm just going to, well, it's not here, it's right here. I'm going to read it, fill you in a little bit on the official word, what's going on. Before we dive into this broadcast, we'd like to address a recent development. The Max's Slopestyle in memory of Magaza men's competition scheduled for today will not take place. The riders have collectively decided to withdraw following discussions with Crankworx. We now turn our attention to a landmark event in the sport, the inaugural Women's Diamond Level FMBA Slopestyle World Championship. Join us as we celebrate this historic moment and the exceptional athletes who are paving the way for the future of freeride mountain biking. That's the official statement. The men have chosen to withdraw, but we got the women's field, and it's going to be a historic moment. We're excited to see who's going to take the first gold ever in women's slopestyle. Let's meet the women right now. Let's join our in-house announcers for the rider introductions.
Oh, look how good that crowd is looking. An awesome crowd for our Wahine Toa course. The first ever time that we'll be seeing these women competing on this phenomenal Max's Slopestyle in memory of Magaza. All part of the Women's Crankworx FMBA Slopestyle World Championships. The crowd is getting rowdy. We are loving it. Phenomenal action. The first of our invited riders. Make some noise for Caroline Buchanan. She is our multiple world champion of BMX and mountain biking, reigning queen of Crankworx, having dominated the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge in 2023. Of course, after that, she has moved her attention to focus on slopestyle. Of course, she won the speed and style here on Friday. Moving into our next rider, Natasha Miller. Natasha still partway through high school. BMX background, DH races, slopestyle, freeride events. She's here to have fun on her bike. We're super stoked to have her here. She's not in Texas anymore, but she's here in Rotorua, Aotearoa. Make some noise for Shealen. Of course, she won the silver medal at Birmingham UCI World Championships at just 16. She is the junior women's US national champion also. Our next rider, Red Bull athlete, Harriet Smith. Make some noise for hers. 11 Crankworx titles across comps in Australia, New Zealand, Austria, and Canada. Make some noise for hers. Robin Gooms. She is to call Rotorua home. We still love her here. She's making history. Of course, as the first woman to do a backflip at Crankworx in Innsbruck. Not once, but 6 times. Make some noise for Robbie Gooms. Rotorua. She only started riding bikes back in 2021, but she has gone from gymnast to slopestyle expert. It's her Crankworx debut, but she has capped it off by winning gold at the Red Slopestyle event last year, and a first for the women's FMBA silver level contest. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your 6th Invitational Wahine Toa in the Maxis Slopestyle in memory of Magaza.
Alan, I can't help but just compare this to other sports where the women have had a platform for so long, and look at the level they're on now.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, in today's modern world, everything that's happening is at the touch of your finger. They're seeing these riders develop new tricks in real time on their Instagrams, on their social medias, and that's really elevated these women and given them the opportunity, I think, to come out here and prove that they can do what everyone else does.
It's so cool that we're doing this first event right here in New Zealand as well, a place where the hospitality is always second to none. So in true New Zealand spirit, let's check in. It's going to be a Maori prayer to welcome the athletes.
Ka tiritiria, kia poupaua, kia papatua nuku. Kia pita teira tangata ki te whaia ki te amarama. Tuturu whakamaua kia tina, tina, humye, huye, taikie.
It's on.
That's pretty cool, man.
It
It's a
is
special
on.
moment. I'm so stoked to be a part of this.
So for those of you who maybe haven't been following some of these athletes, we got to just check out what we have in store for us. Let's check out a little bit of a sizzle reel, what kind of riding we're going to be able to expect from these athletes right now.
The ultimate mountain bike experience. Where history is made and records are broken. This year is going to be bigger and better than ever before as the festival ushers in a new era. For the first time ever, women will be competing on the new improved Diamond Slopestyle courses at all the stops. Get ready for the new era of slopestyle mountain biking.
Yep, it's going to be good. So you mentioned this at the beginning of the show. Some of the athletes who we typically see and really fighting it out for the Queen of Crankworx overall title, competing in all the different disciplines, they recognize how important this opportunity is to be a part of this slopestyle milestone. And so they've kind of shifted focus away from Queen of Crankworx. One in particular, the woman who has won Queen of Crankworx the past 2 seasons now, deciding to focus on slopestyle. It's going to be great, you know, a couple things. To see her take to this course, knowing that all the stuff she's accomplished in her career, the sky's the limit, but also how it has opened up the door to some of the other competitors who we've seen so far throughout this week racking up those points. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah, we've seen several riders in the female category, you know, on multiple podiums throughout the week. Downhill, air DH, pump track, slalom, racking up those points. But it has been awesome to see Caroline shift that focus. She did end up doing speed and style, and what happened in speed and style when she just decided to do the contest to warm up?
Gold medal.
She wins. So she's ready to go. She's got all those tricks on lock. She's looking super confident. Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
It's been fun watching them pick off features on this course. We've seen it the past couple seasons as they've had the opportunity to train with the men on the slopestyle course. Let's go on board with some of these competitors right now in our GoPro course preview.
Oh gosh, I need to catch Shealen. She's way ahead of me. Onto the big Maxis money booter.
Yeah, this is Shealen Reno leading out. Nikolai Ragakin here on this GoPro course preview.
She goes clean off the motor log. Okay, cruising off the cannon. I'm gonna go beside the hitching post here.
6 spine. Step down.
Do this final jump. Shealen gives it a nice tuck-no hander. I'll give it a flip. And there it is.
It's a classic course for a reason. You know, we've seen so many years having the competition here on this course and minimal changes throughout those years. It kind of just has spoken to how good of a layout they started with. We've got a couple different options up at the start tower. There's 2 different choices. You can either choose a flat drop or a kicker drop. It's going to be fun to see the differentiation, who chooses what and what tricks they're bringing to the table will kind of dictate where they decide to go. So we've got so much tradition, the fact that we are here for our 10th year in a row. We have these familiar faces we always bump into time and time again. We got a third member of our team, somebody I met when she was playing acoustic guitar and singing at a party downtown. Now she's joining us in the Slopestyle broadcast. Stella, how's it going?
Hey Cam, hey Alan. Yeah, it's going awesome. It is so exciting to be trackside. It's like so close to the action. We can like almost taste it. Can definitely smell it as well. And of course 10 years of Crankworx in Rotorua. It is epic to see our wahine, our ladies here. And I actually started out as a volunteer here because I wanted to be close to the action. So thanks to whoever gave me this microphone. I'm looking forward to it, and you at home can be sure that we have a cracker of a show lined up. So you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it is going down.
Yeah, make sure you buckle up. And also, if you're trying to figure out something else to do after you've buckled up, we have a fun new game going for the Crankworx World Tour this year. The Ride Companion, it's a popular podcast. They've come up with the Race Companion, which is a fantasy league. So get to know these athletes, put together your team. You might even be able to earn some money. Let's take a look at how this whole thing is going to go down. So the Race Companion, load it up into your search bar there. Find these guys. Ollie Wilkins, always a character. They've kind of been the mastermind of creating this fantasy league. You know, they got it in football. It's fun. It gives you something extra to sink your teeth into and really, you know, enjoy the process to its full ability. Put together who you think's going to win. You have a certain budget to play with. And, you know, friendly little bargains between friends. Great way to earn a little side cash and enhance the experience.
Yeah, it's definitely one way to increase the excitement. You know, you got a few bucks on the line, or you know, you got some. You know, it's also a good way to introduce yourself to other riders. You know, in those picks, you have to pick not just your favorite, but you end up learning more about the other riders and the tricks that they're capable of doing. So it just gets you more involved in the event.
We got a lot of favorites out there, but if I were picking my team right now, I think I'd have Patricia Druin on the top. So I don't know, just a little tip for you out there if they haven't closed the betting yet. Guess what? I got a surprise for you. The Maxxis Slopestyle in memory of Magaza is only moments away. Go get a snack and do what Stella advised. Buckle up, because this is going to be amazing. Don't go away.
A new perspective on the streets of San Francisco.
Daddy!
Join Danny McCaskill on his very special sightseeing tour. Imagination running wild and taking no prisoners.
Welcome to The Rock.
Because making it look easy can be pretty hard. Will he send it?
Oh yeah!
Danny McCaskill, Postcard from San Francisco. Now available on Red Bull TV. On these roads, in this weather, they should really take it slow.
Drivers are advised to check road conditions.
No room for error. No restraint. All in. Relentless rally action on the world's toughest stages. FIA World Rally Championship on Red Bull TV.
It's always a struggle out here. There's a big crowd. You've thought about this contest the whole life.
The bike event everyone talks about.
I'm going for Podium for sure.
It's more than just watching any championships.
Let's go! Oh, he stops it! Oh my gosh!
It's about progression, style, spirit, and community.
I don't know if I have to go as fast as I can or if I have to look like I'm fast.
And fast is fun.
360. Spin top tail. Here we go, we're off. An incredible ride. Oh, mother. That was a good one.
Bike on Red Bull TV.
Crankworx it's a crazy thing to be involved in.
It's hectic, but you're in it and you're just like loving it.
A reunion of friends and people in different cultures.
All these cool different locations, all these different tracks.
There's always so much stuff going on.
People are just stoked on biking, and they're just stoked to be here.
Hearing so much energy around.
We live for that.
Unreal.
Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened.
Max's slopestyle in memory of a Magaza, and if I've ever seen one, this is an ideal day for some slopestyle. The sun is shining, the wind is low, the crowd is here. They're excited to get things going, plenty of action to come. So taking a look at our start list right now for our women's field, and the Max's slopestyle in memory of Magaza. Top of the list right there, going to be the first rider, historical moment to drop into a Crankworx slopestyle women's category. Caroline Buchanan, the reigning queen of Crankworx.
Yeah, such an awesome opportunity for Caroline to really kick this historic moment off with the women's slopestyle event here at Crankworx. I know she's put a lot of time in these tricks. She's really kind of conformed her riding into this new focus for her. You know, she's changed her focus so many times. I think she's going to do a really great job out here, and I'm stoked to see it.
Cruising down the list here, one that stands out to me, you see Robin Gooms. She's currently the #1 ranked rider in the world in our women's field for the FMBA World Tour. And then, oh my gosh, look out. The last rider to take to this course is going to be the youngster, Patricia Druin. She appears to be on another level. This is going to be absolutely insane. Max's slopestyle in memory of Magaza. Let's get this going.
No, you like that.
Show. I didn't know if that was some sort of surveillance drone. It looks like this is a part of our show here. Watch out for the gondola, buddy. All right, we're bringing the show all the way to the top of the course because action's about ready to kick off here. We're gonna have the first ever run for Diamond level women's slopestyle. The first rider to drop is going to be none other than the reigning queen of Crankworx from the 2023 season, Caroline Buchanan. The Queenstown Mountain Bike Festival slopestyle, she took third back in 2022. She got the gold medal at the big white free ride days. And if you've been with us all week, you saw her in dual speed and style take the gold medal using that Superman seat grab Indian Air. And we mentioned it, she's deciding to just put all of her eggs in this basket right now. So you know this moment, you know, not only in hindsight, we're gonna look back and treat it as an iconic moment, but this moment means a lot for her considering she's completely shifted her focus. Here we go, Caroline Buchanan on course.
Here we go, nice little X up on that flat drop, one-footed X up on the hip. Gotta be just shaking out the cobwebs right now, just stay calm, take some breaths. Nice big full extension, tuck no hander, straight back on the pedals. This wall ride gap over this hip keeps it super tight off the boner log. Deciding to go around that hitching post, but keeping her speed up. Toboggan over the spine. More something you'd see on a skate park. Here she comes into the final Showtime booter. Let's see what she's got, Cam.
Oh, she's going for that Superman seat grab. She gets back to the pedals, hands back on the bars. We saw her in speed and style tinkering with that. Started out as a small no-footed seat grab. By the end of the day, once she found herself in the gold medal matchup, she was doing full extension Superman seat grabs.
First run. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, such an awesome accomplishment right there, not only for these women to be here, but nailing that first run for Caroline. It's set, it's on now. Women's slopestyle is a thing. Caroline working her way down this course.
She was going for the X up off the top drop, going for the one-footed X up on the hip. Didn't really get extension on those, but she got a nice tuck no-hander on that big booty third feature, most airtime on the whole course. And that side angle really gives us a better perspective on that Superman C grab.
Yeah, hanging off all the way to the back. And the moment right there is the crux moment of that trick where you can see she has both feet and one hand off as she's coming back on the bike, able to keep her balance, flying through the air. As you mentioned earlier, we have perfect conditions out here. Perfect conditions.
Caroline, epic work. You are the first woman to complete a Maxxis slopestyle course here on Crankworx. How does that feel for you?
Oh, it's insane. Like, the nerves of that was probably more than I've ever had. Like, even at Olympic Games, I think there's so much meaning behind this moment. So proud.
Oh, fantastic. Give it up, Rotorua! And you've come off a win on speed and style as well. How does that momentum help you in your next run?
Yeah, really stoked. So to kick off with a win in speed and style, really trying to dial in those Superman seat grabs. I missed so many tricks in that run, but it was just that insane feeling to be like, oh, I never thought from that little 5-year-old racer that I'd be doing tricks on a run. So yeah.
Absolutely monumental. Congratulations to Caroline and good luck for round 2.
Well, the score to beat there is 71.25. And we're into competition now. You know, we can talk till we're blue in the face about what this moment's gonna mean, but we got a competition on our hands and the score to beat is 71.25, and I can't wait to see who has what it takes to take that gold medal here.
Liking that commitment I'm seeing out of Caroline off that spine. Full death grip, no touching that brake, committed to the step down, bringing it all the way home, that final jump.
Well, next up, the young Canadian Natasha Miller. First at the Beeline Brawler Jump Jam, 4th at the Queenstown Mountain Bike Festival. And then in 2023, just a year ago, the Reader Slopestyle, she was also on the podium, a bronze medal there, 3rd place. But Natasha, we're looking at some of her footage, and I've been checking her out on Instagram. She's got a handful of tricks. The big question is, you know, under all this pressure, can she put them down when it matters and beat that 71.25? Let's find out.
Yeah, 17 years old, halfway through high school. Big moment right here, but she's just having a good time. Nice with the bar spin on the hip, keeping her speed going for this next big floater.
Yeah,
bar spin to toboggan, racking up those points. More combos, more tricks you can do in the air, the higher your score will be. Looked like she got the tuck no-hander off. Nice toboggan, tricking every jump so far. Nice over the spine.
Yeah.
Suicide into the step down. Let's see what she's got in this final jump.
All right, Natasha Miller capping it off with a tuck no-hander to toboggan. What the judges are really gonna like about that run right there is she packed a lot in. The bar spins are going to score way higher than X-up, so she's gonna get some technicality points, but also just the overall impression, the fact that she fit so many moves in on all these features. It's going to be interesting to see what the score is. Let's take a look back at some replays. Right when she chucked this bar on the hip, I was like, all right, she's coming to play.
Yeah, managing to get some tricks off on nearly every single feature along the way down. That is unbelievable feat for anybody. I know, Cam, you and I got an opportunity to ride this track last year. By the skin of our teeth, we made it down. Not even thinking about tricking one of the sets, but
yeah, it's one cool thing that people who haven't showed up to a slopestyle event may not realize is how much practice it takes to just get the course dialed and then decide which tricks you're gonna do and then to put it down under the pressure. It's I know it's a little bit easier said than done, and I think Natasha did a really good job right here. And I think the judges got their work cut out for them because, yeah, Caroline had some variety, you know, ending with that Superman C grab. A lot of bar spins, a lot of tucks here for Natasha, but she tricked more times than Caroline. And so it's gonna be interesting to see what the judges do with it. Very different experience for them, I'm sure, trying to set the criteria with this being the first diamond level slopestyle contest for this field of riders.
yeah, definitely. I'm expecting the level of this competition to elevate very, very quickly throughout the day. A lot of nerves, a lot of things to shake off. Once these riders are out here getting comfortable, they're seeing their competitors make it happen, it's just gonna be a boost of confidence, and we're gonna see that come out in their tricks, I guarantee it.
So we got Shealen Reno, getting ready in the gate. We're still waiting on that score to come in for that run from Natasha Miller. The score to beat a 71.25. Shealen Reno at the top of the course, running through her plan through her head. Visualize it so that when you go to do it, it's like you already done it. Here we go. We're going to just drop her before we get that score.
Nice big X up on the drop. Getting that toboggan over the hip. That's where these women are going to really rack up those points. By getting those tricks off of every single jump. There, another combo on that big floater. Gets the wall ride up and over clean. See what she's got on the cannon. Oh, maybe a little bit of a miss trick there, but she's able to recover. Keeping her momentum going into the spine. Dropping down this step down, one-footed X up. Now she's looking at this final set. What's it gonna be? Big tuck no-hander, full extension. Another full pull. So impressive out here today. Again, this course is probably the best I've ever seen it with the weather that we've had come in last night. It's watered everything down to perfection. Taking a look back up at how it started, that big X up off the drop. Toboggan on the hip. Getting those consecutive tricks off is going to help her score, absolutely. Looks like a no-footed one-hander. Good extension on that trick. All three limbs completely off, only holding on with one hand. And then coming down to the finish. They call this a tuck no-hander because watch, she sets the handlebars right in her lap, which stables the steering, and then she's able to stretch her arms out like a bird and grabbing back on, spotting that landing and bringing it home. Big smile there. So awesome to make it to the bottom.
So the last we saw, the score to beat was from Caroline Buchanan. It was the 71.25.
So much energy.
And there we go, we have the standings. So we got the score now from Natasha Miller. She moved into the lead, 78.75, but now catching up to where we're at right now. Shealen Reno goes into third place with a 66.25. So Natasha, the previous run to the one we just saw, getting rewarded for filling every single feature with a trick. That 78.75 is now the new score to beat. As we take a look up at the top, Harriet Burbage-Smith, man, we have seen some crazy clips from her in practice. Expect to see some rotations in this run. And if that's the case, we may see a run that can threaten that 78.75.
Starting on a BMX, the Australian has already made a big impact.
So she's got what it takes right here. There's not a huge percentage of the field willing to go upside down. Harriet is one of them. Let's see what happens. Big toboggan off the start, flat drop.
Straight into a tuck no-hander on the hip. Keeping her momentum going. This is where we're going to start seeing some big stunts on these jumps. There we go. Big backflip. Able to come in nice and smooth. Keep her momentum for this wall ride hip. Taking some pedals. Big no-footer on the cannon. Nice little tire buzz into the spine. Another little toboggan, keeping those tricks going. Let's see what she's got. Gonna need to lay it down here.
Another rotation, we do. All right.
Nice big backflip. You see the fist pump while coming down. She has broken the seal on her slopestyle career right there. Proving not only to all of us, but herself that she belongs.
Man, you can see she was so fired up after stomping that backflip on the final feature, the Magaza Money Booter. And I mean, we're talking about a 78.75 being the score to beat without any rotations. Natasha's run was jam-packed full of tricks. The variety maybe could have been a little bit better, but what we have right here is another run where she fit a lot in, but going upside down twice is gonna do nothing but help her score here.
And it did look like off that cannon, it was a no-footed one-hander, so a little bit better than I had initially called it. And then this right here, perfectly smooth. Both tires down at the same time.
Watch this, she wastes no time after stomping two tires to the landing before she's got one hand off the bar, celebrating. Check it out. Stella is standing by.
Our ladies to be going upside down, not once, but twice. How does that feel, and what sort of nerves are you battling with for tricks like that?
Yeah, it's a lot different. You like doing multiple events at Crankworx is one thing, but having all week to build up to 2 runs is a lot on the nerves and that kind of thing. And physically, I knew I could do all the stuff, but yeah, I was just like, don't let the nerves get the better of you for sure.
Amazing. And also, you know, you're balancing, you know, there's a whole bunch of other disciplines that you're well known on the podium for. How are you sort of balancing your time for what takes priority for this week?
This year's all slopestyle priority. I want to challenge myself, and I wanted to commit 100% to it, so yeah.
Amazing, and it looks like we have a new leader.
Yeah, way to go, Has. New score to beat, 85.5. Well, the judges just said one thing. They say, we like rotations and we like risk. That's what slopestyle is all about right there. Big risk, big reward. Harriet Burbage-Smith rewarded with a score big enough to be the one to beat right now. But now, another rider who is very much not opposed to going upside down, Robin Gooms.
Competition for the ladies. With her insane style and laser-sharp focus, we expect to see this New Zealander challenging for the podium.
Okay, so we saw the run from Natasha Miller, a lot of tricks, no rotations. We saw a run from Harriet Burbage-Smith, a lot of tricks, 2 rotations. The judges have made it very clear they like rotations. Guess what? Robin Gooms has tricks within rotations. Will we see them? Score to beat, 85.5.
Nice X up down, so starting it off, getting that triple combo on that hip. One hand, one-footed downside to can-can.
And she slashed the bank. Oh, come on.
Looks like she was going for the can-can flip. I'm not sure if she got it off, but she was able to maintain that rotation. And she is still on course, off the cannon. No-footed one-hander. Nice little downside one-footer, showing that control over the hip. Suicide no-hander on the step down. She's gonna have to take a couple of pedals here into this final set. What she got?
Oh, back foot one-footer, she stomps it.
The stoke is real right here. Look at that, Has trying to beat her. They're so pumped for each other. This is a big moment for the entire field. The fact that we just had them all show up at the bottom of the course and make it through their first runs is one of the biggest accomplishments I can even imagine.
Robin Gooms currently ranked #1 in the world in the FMB World Tour rankings. She is the last rider to drop. We just received word here for this run #1. That will be our final rider. Patricia Druin had an injury earlier on. She's not going to take to the course, so that was one heck of a first round right there, and we just ramped things up every step of the way. I would say this run is similar to Harriet's run, but she packed more in, a little bit more conviction on the no-footed one-hander, more crammed into the combos, and variations here on both of the flips.
Yeah, Robin did an awesome job. Just from top to bottom, the overall tone of her run, even when she came off that hip, she slashed the little corner. It's not even a berm. She was smiling and laughing, having a good time. And that's what it takes out here to really push yourself, is just be comfortable, have a good time. We see her coming in on the step down. She did a suicide coming into that final jump there. But even those small little
she's like, I need a variation. Get that foot off. She's going for the backflip knack-knack. I know she's going to criticize herself knowing that she didn't get that foot all the way around the backside of the bike to make it a perfect knack-knack. But she's going to get scored for a backflip variation, which is something that Harriet didn't have. But, I mean, this is what this sport's kind of all about. You set your own goal. You're rooting for your friends. And you know, if you... Oh, it sounds like we're going to get an interview here with Robin.
Yeah, we're standing by with our new leader here for our women's slopestyle, Robin Gooms, and a local hero as well. I mean, level of stoke right now. How do you even describe that?
I don't know how to describe it. This crowd is honestly insane. Thank you all so much.
Again there, double flips from our ladies. Of course, you made history in 2021 being the first female to do the flip in the speed and style. Now, how is this comparing for you? You're used to racing and doing tricks. How is it just having to focus solely on the technical aspect?
Oh, it's much nicer not having to race, so I really enjoy that. But there's a lot more tricks and a lot more going on, so yeah, it's definitely not easy.
And we have your score here. On screen, 90.75, Robin Gooms, your new leader.
All right, after run 1 here, we're into the 90s. We got a competition on our hands, and we know who our front runners are. A lot of questions answered in this inaugural first event for women's diamond level slopestyle. Robin Gooms, #1 in the world, showing that is no fluke. Unfortunately, not seeing Patricia Druin drop. We're just gonna have to wait. This is just a taste of what's to come the rest of this 2024 season. Will anybody have what it takes to beat that 90.75? We got Natasha Miller hanging strong there, still in podium contention with that 78.75 in third.
Yeah, huge runs from all the women competitors out here, but I think I saw a little bit left in the bag for all of them. Based on what we saw in practice, based on what I've been seeing on the socials, there's more in the bag for these riders, and I'm excited to see where they take it on these next runs.
Well, look at the medal collection from Caroline Buchanan. You know she's a competitor. She doesn't like seeing 4 next to her name. She wants to improve that second run, get into podium contention. What will the story be? Max's slopestyle in memory of Magaza. Run 2 coming up after the break. Don't go away.
Roads in this weather, they should really take it slow.
Drivers are advised to check road conditions.
No room for error. No restraint. All in. Relentless rally action on the world's toughest stages. FIA World Rally Championship on Red Bull TV.
Stevie Smith, he takes his first ever World Cup win.
The making of a legend. Stevie Smith, AKA the Chainsaw.
He was a bit unpredictable, he was creative, he was wild.
He did have a great life, full of giggles and laughs and adrenaline.
The untold story of a true champion. Long live Chainsaw.
Now available on Red Bull TV.
Really awesomely fun.
Well, halfway through our very first women's diamond level slopestyle competition, and I think one thing's for certain, this just feels right. We are doing the right thing here. I mean, every single rider put it through the finish line with a clean top to bottom run, and the last 2 runs were next level. I have a feeling, you know, all right, that was fun. We proved we can do it. Now who's gonna win? We're gonna see some competition here in run number 2.
Yeah, I think if there was any questions in the air, they've all been answered. We saw multiple combos. We saw tricking every jump along the way down. We saw multiple bar spin combinations, backflips. It's on, Cam.
Yeah, we've seen so many kids cut their teeth having this event in their backyard. Tohoto Riki Penny, the reigning king of Crankworx, was just 12 years old when we brought the festival here. Now he's the man to beat. And so we've had so many great races with, you know, categories for all ages out there racing downhill, racing slalom. It's been great to see. The fans are having a blast right now, and they love that last run we saw. Let's take a look back at our leading run right now from Robin Gooms. Action-packed combinations, backflip rotations, and variations. Here we go.
Yeah,
one-sider to one for the can. I love that topside action, and that slash is so good.
Yeah, that little slash, just showing how comfortable she is along the way and really elevating everything she was doing. She did get that foot across, so that was a can-can backflip there on that mid-set. Off the cannon, getting a no-footed one-hander there. And just look at that, just looking comfortable, steezing around, nosing in on the spine, getting that suicide no-hander. Knowing where she's at too, you see her taking that pedal, that's a correction. You know, she came up slightly short on that step down, able to make a correction. So really just doing everything she needs to do from top to bottom, except for watching out for her friends.
That was like a rugby move right there. So side-by-side comparison between these 2 runs. One thing that stands out for me is the tri-star. That's slang for taking both feet off and one hand off. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to chatting with the judges, but I saw Robin Gooms kind of up the ante in every category. So they each had a straight air, but I think there's a little bit more, they each had a tri-star, and I think there's just a little bit more conviction with Robin's, a little bit more extension. She held it a little bit longer. Obviously, they love the rotation with the variations, but Jeff Gulovich, our head judge, you would know for sure what was it? Was a combination of everything that got her 5 points ahead of Harriet Burbridge-Smith?
Yeah, thanks, Cam. I think the real separating factors were the backflip combos. She was really riding strong, confident, good extension on her tricks, but combinations. You know, we see the backflips going over everywhere, but just throwing little combinations like the can and the knack in on the last jump, that's really separating them.
So say there's a rider out there who does not have a backflip in their bag of tricks. Can they still crack in, or is that rotation weighing so heavy right now that's the only way to win?
No, I think there's ways to do it. More combo tricks, good extension, even 360s if we see any of those. I know they have potential to do it, so we'll leave it up to second runs.
How much time did y'all spend watching practice to kind of see where the trick level is? Because this is a new experience for you as well, having not judged a diamond level women's slopestyle category before.
Yeah, it's new it's new territory for all of us, but we've been out for every single practice. We've been watching them progress and get comfortable out there, and it's been really exciting, actually.
Sounds good, man. Good luck judging those second runs. I think it's going to be a good show.
Awesome. Thanks, Cam.
So, you know, unfortunately, we had the men withdraw from the competition. They did ride the Magaza train, and that was kind of crazy to watch. It was kind of like a taste of what we were expecting to see today, but a look back at what that Magaza train looked like. That final money booter, they kind of went off. The crowd really cheering for multiple double backflips, obviously wishing we'd be able to give the crowd a whole bunch more of what they saw there. The women are doing more than delivering right now, giving us something to follow, and I feel like the competition is tight enough in the women's category right now to where this leaderboard is anything but set coming into second runs. Those runs are coming up shortly. The crowd came out in droves despite the recent news. Always excited to see the enthusiasm out here in Rotorua, New Zealand. The women putting on a show. Run 2 coming up after the break.
On these roads, in this weather, they should really take it slow.
Drivers are advised to check road conditions.
No room for error. No restraint. All in. Relentless rally action on the world's toughest stages. FIA World Rally Championship on Red Bull TV.
Look at the time from Stevie Smith. He takes his first ever World Cup win.
The making of a legend. Stevie Smith, AKA the Chainsaw.
He was a bit unpredictable, he was creative, he was wild.
He did have a great life, full of giggles and laughs and adrenaline.
The untold story of a true champion. Long live Chainsaw.
Now available on Red Bull TV.
Really awesomely fun.
Yeah, look at that. We got an excited crowd out here for the Magaza Slopestyle. We just saw run number 1 for our field of 5. As things ramped up all the way to the end. Final rider to drop was our world-ranked number 1 athlete, Robin Gooms. I mean, the native from Rotorua, she doesn't currently live here, but you know the crowd is getting extra loud for her, posting that 90.75. A little bit more kind of vague information, but Patricia Druin not taking runs today. It sounds like due to illness, so that's a bummer. And you know what? We talked about Patricia Druin a lot at the beginning of the show. You know, whenever you have a new discipline, a new category out here, you think, all right, who's going to rise to the top? Who's going to be the future? When we watch her clips, we're like, look, she's going to be the Emil Johansson of this first generation of professional diamond level slopestyle athletes for the women. We're going to have to wait until the next stop, hopefully, to see her perform. Right now, it's the Robin Gooms show. She leads the charge with that 90.75. Oh, come on. Now you're just showing off.
Man, that was good. right through the Maxxis tires.
I wanted to see that shot, so I had a little trust before he was flying at our faces. I would have been a little less uneasy if I would have seen him thread the needle between a Maxxis tire. Back up to the top. Time for run number 2. First to drop is going to be Shealen Reno. She scored a 66.25 in run number 1. Smooth run. She needs to add a couple more tricks. Let's see if she can do it. The final opportunity here in today's competition for Shealen Reno.
Yeah, getting that one-footed seat grab table off on the hip. I think that's stepping it up from that run 1. See what she's got there. There's that tri-star no-footed one-hander. We've re-racked the riders based on their first round scores. Getting that tuck no-hander on the cannon, full extension. Yes, looking really smooth over that hip. See what she's got on the step down. One-footed X up. Coming into this final jump, this is where she's gonna have to leave it all on the table. Gets that tuck no-hander X up, so stepping it up from her first run in a couple of different occasions.
She's 5 points behind the next position, Caroline Buchanan. Did she find 5 extra points out there? She added extra little sauce a few times here. One that you mentioned, the bottom jump, getting the combo, that tuck no-hander to X up. I think you're right. I think that was an improvement there on the second feature.
Yeah, that one-footed seat grab invert is one of my favorite all-time tricks. A lot of times when you have to do that, it's your opposite way, so you're taking off your opposite hand. It's a little bit technical, but she's able to do it quite smooth on that first hit, keeping her momentum. Look at that style over that jump. Coming in on this spine, gets the one-footed X up on the step down, and then here she stepped it up. Gets the full extension.
Ooh, do I have enough time? Can I get an X up in? Oh, okay, well, not full X up there, but I would say the judges would score that higher than a tuck no-hander with no attempt at an X up. Maybe we'll ask them that when we talk to them next. Let's see if she can improve that 66.25 that she earned from run number 1.
Look at that trick list there on the left. All in one run, she was able to get all of those tricks out.
Yep, no straight air. Oh, there went straight air on the spine. You know what? That's what's going to become a determining factor right there. They can start squeezing tricks on that spine. There's 9 opportunities for tricks, and if you leave 0 of those opportunities scoreless on the scorecard, it's only going to help. So Shealen Reno, run number 2 score, a big improvement. Look at that.
Yeah,
74.5, moving herself up an extra spot, bumping Caroline Buchanan down there into 5th place. All the pressure on right now. We know she loves this kind of pressure.
Yeah, she absolutely does. We saw those combos getting rewarded. We heard Gully talk about the combos. Shealen was able to get those out, but let's see what Caroline's got. No more nerves. This is on. Let's see what she can do.
Oh, great extension.
Gets that one-foot X up, a little off on the hip, but she's able to recover in midair. Coming down to this next big booter. Oh, full extension on the tuck no-hander, able to get the wall ride. Toboggan out of the wall ride. I think that was a new one for this. Suicide no-hander on the can. Okay, she's in a rhythm right here. Little bit of a case. Let's see what she can do. Keep it going over the spine. Toboggan.
There we go.
Suicide no-hander. Okay, coming into this last set. This is an awesome run right here. Let's see what she's got.
To finish strong. Superman secret, way bigger extension and a way cleaner landing. Caroline Buchanan doing exactly what she needed to do with the tricks she has in her bag. Job well done there for Caroline Buchanan, currently sitting in 5th place. And right now, that is another word for last. And you know Caroline Buchanan, the reigning queen, does not want to see her name at the bottom of the leaderboard. That's why she went so hard in this run with extension on that tuck no-hander. I mean, she squeezed a trick in out of the wall ride. She squeezed a trick in on the spine, and she improved her extension on that Superman C-grab. I gotta think we're gonna see a bigger number next to her name.
Yeah, the thing that stuck out to me on that Superman C-grab was that full extension. That's how you get back on, is by committing to the full extension. When those knees lock and snap, that's what allows you to have the momentum to get back on that bike. And you see snap right there. She comes back on, no problem.
That wasn't just a little bit better than run number 1. That was way better. And I'll tell you what, that front angle shrinks it when you see it from the side or the back, you see how much separation there was between her bike and her body and how close to perfectly horizontal her body was. The judges reward that kind of effort. All right, Caroline Buchanan sitting in 5th place, aka last place right now, with a score of 71.25. I think she did everything she needed to do to improve her run, but will it improve her ranking? That's up to the judges. What's it gonna be? Caroline Buchanan, run 2, score coming in at 80.25. She moves up into bronze medal territory. Congratulations, reward for the efforts and those improvements in that run.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about that familiarity with that medal and being on that podium. You know Caroline's gonna want to stay there, but there's just one rider left in our roster that can bump her down, and here she is.
Natasha Miller sitting in 4th place right now. The youngster, just 17 years of age, out of BC.
Cam, tell me about what you're seeing right there. What was that warm-up she was doing?
You know what? She's definitely got the gyro. She doesn't have to worry about counting her bar spins. She just wants to be dialed on them. So she was practicing having her hands fresh and fast for all the bar spins she's going to pack into this run. Look at that combo.
Bar spin to toboggan, extremely technical move. Gets that wall ride. Looks like that might be her opposite direction on that wall ride, so an extra level of difficulty. The tire grab off the cannon, toboggan on the hip. Keeping it clean on the spine. Big suicide no hand on the step down. Looking really smooth so far on this run.
What she got is going to be a big combo. Double bar spin for Natasha Miller. What a way to cap off that run.
And there it is, bar to bar. That's what she was warming up with at the top.
That was so good.
Full commitment without even fully catching the bars. Letting it fall into one hand and just letting them fly one more time around. Here it is,
I can't wait to see the replay of that. Not only does that take full commitment, but there is so much consequence with a double bar spin, especially to cap off that run that was quite strong. Big roll of the dice there at the bottom, and let's see if she's going to be rewarded for it.
She does have an exceptional bar spin. It's so clean. She has those knees pinching the seat, holding the bike perfectly stable. You see her do that exact same thing there on the suicide no-hander. Locks those knees.
Here we go.
Throws the bars. They come around perfectly.
Oh, she's spinning from the stem.
Yep, just making it happen. Man, I'm not going to lie. I think she might have had time.
Oh, man, yeah, it's easy in 240 frames per second to say that, isn't it?
She's warming up, isn't she?
I've been bit by that before. Watching slow-mo, I think I could fit more in, and then all of a sudden in real life, it's a little bit harder than you thought. All right, Natasha Miller did her job. The judges are doing theirs. What will run number 2 score? She's sitting on a run 1 score of 78.75. The judges doing their deed. Second run score coming in for Natasha Miller. She will improve, 79.5. It will not move her up the rankings, but a job well done for the youngster out of BC, Canada. Look at that, she's smiling.
Yeah, that was probably the highlight of the run for me, was when she lands this double bar spin on the final Showtime booter. The size of the smile she has, just so excited to be out here, appreciative of this opportunity to be out here and lay it down and make history out here. Double bar spin, both hands back on the grips, perfect execution.
2 is greater than 1 when it comes to bar spins.
I think we're seeing what that podium means for Caroline right here. Yeah, you did it.
That is so cool. Solidify the podium performance, kind of giving justification to all of her efforts. I know a lot of people questioning her choices to not go for a 3rd Queen of Crankworx title, but you know what? Just goes to show how big this moment is and how much she wants to be a part of it. She will be on the first ever Crankworx Diamond Series Women's Podium for Slopestyle. We got Dylan saying Natasha just rides cleaner than everybody. She was so clean. Here we go. We got Harriet Burbage-Smith and Robin Gooms up there. They're sitting on first and second. We've seen this in the past from the men's category where they're like, you know what, we dumped out all we had from our bags. This is where we sit. Let's do a victory lap.
Yeah, such a special moment for these riders to be able to share this with each other. Nothing better than a victory lap.
What it says is kind of like, hey, I gave it everything I absolutely have in run number 1, and I can't believe it worked. So what am I going to do? Try that again? That's all I have.
Yeah, throwing a testament back to that fact. All 5 of our riders here making their runs top to bottom. We don't see that in many competitions in slopestyle. I love seeing them ride within their abilities, stepping it up each run. We are just getting started here, Cam. This is going to be something we talk about for a long, long time.
For the crowd, backflip from Haas, backflip from Robin. Congratulations to all of our competitors out here, all 5 of them. Shealen Reno, Natasha Miller, Caroline Buchanan, Harriet Bourbon-Smith, and Robin Gooms. But there's a look at our podium right there. Caroline Buchanan with the bronze. Harriet Bourbon-Smith secures the silver, and Robin Gooms, the first ever gold medalist for women's slopestyle on the Crankworx World Tour.
Can you feel it, Cam? Something just started. I can feel it in the air.
I was feeling a sunburn, but you're right. I'm feeling multiple things right now. Martha Gill giving kudos to the women's slopestyle competitors. Martha sitting at the top of the Queen of Crankworx leaderboard right now.
Well done.
Thank you.
Giving these women a big bravo. Oh, the level is set. All the dirt jumper girls out there, youngsters, looking up to these brave women. Yeah, you know what? You got a path now. Keep working on those tricks. You might be on the Crankworx World Tour in the near future. The backflip one-footed can-can, I thought she was gonna throw it away when we were watching that run live. I thought she got sideways. She's gonna clip, trying to get her foot back over the top tube, but she cleaned it. We knew she had another flip variation she was hoping to get down here. She's going for that backflip knack-knack. And that's really the difference. If there's only 2 people going upside down, we'll take something off because that's going to be a game changer in terms of points. She gets a foot back on as well. I mean, talk about just the cleanliness in general. Did we even see any crashes?
Yeah, this right here, this was my favorite part, the slash. Just out there having a good time. And that's that spot you talked about. When you pull that foot up for the can-can, speeds up the rotation a little bit. Yeah, she made a perfect correction all the way down.
That was the only crash right there.
We're here with the very first women's slopestyle champion in Crankworx, Robin Gooms. This is an historical moment. How are you feeling right now?
I'm kind of in shock, actually. I didn't really expect that. Just wanted to do what I came to do. I'm stoked to do something like that.
And in terms of, like, this is obviously the first of 4 stops, the Triple Crown. What sort of motivation does this give you for the Triple Crown?
Honestly, I'm just going to take it event by event. It's still got a lot of things to work on still, so it's just the first step, really.
Amazing. Well, incredible riding from you, and I'm sure there's a lot of people at home cheering for you as well. And I noticed you had some goggles, and some of the young riders, you know, our future, those people who are looking up to you, they want to get the goggles, so, you know, you're going to throw them out for them. But any last words you wanted to say to anyone watching?
Thank you guys all for watching. The support's been unreal. Honestly, it's been nothing but love all week. Big up the Slope boys too. Like, respect the shit out of them guys. So, yeah, cheers everyone.
Your champion, Robin Gooms for 2024.
Well, we know who's at the top now. The question's been answered. It's gonna be fun to watch the next 3 events. And inspiring for kids like that, you know? Get out there and learn some tricks, have some fun on your bike, and yeah, if you really want to, you might end up there on the other side of the fence at some point with a 90.75 next to your name and a gold medal around your neck. A final peek there at our results. And those are the pioneers right there.
Yeah, it's on. I didn't even think about that now. Obviously looking forward, we got more events coming the rest of the summer. These riders are going to be competing for that Triple Crown.
Yeah, talk about, you know, the door is open for Robin Gooms for that Triple Crown, but the fact that this is a 4-stop series and not a 3-stop series, I mean, it's still open for anybody as well. We could see Patricia Druin get back into the mix in cans, and if she wins the final 3, she could win the Triple Crown.
I mean, that's right. You know, I mean, now everybody knows. They know what the other riders are doing. They know what the other tricks are. They have a sense for what the judges are doing. And now it's time to go back, do your homework, and really focus on those next events. So the level of competition is going to increase really, really fast here.
Plenty to digest from our competition here today. The Maxxis Slopestyle in memory of Megassa women's field. We'll continue the chat right after the break. Don't go away.
Pump up your tires for the bike content on Red Bull TV. And check out the best live events, feature films, and shows. Download the Red Bull TV app for free. And sign in to watch all of our content offline. Download the app now.
Oh, the crowd just got a great show here. We're about ready to do our Podium Awards. A couple more looks back, some highlights from today's competition. The winning run here from Robin Gooms, that backflip one-footed can-can, the no-footed one-hander, and then finishing things off with that backflip knack-knack. That was the game changer right there. It's like, get that foot off or you may be in second. So you gotta respect the triumph under pressure nature of that run right there. Robin Gooms is going to add a few more points to her name. We have a world ranking system for the women because there have been bronze, silver, and gold level events, but the events that are at the premier pinnacle top of the sport all take place on the Crankworx World Tour. The 4 stops of that tour make up the FMBA World Tour Diamond Series, and that is what this is all about right here, including the women in the Diamond Series. Robin Gooms extending her lead as the #1 in the world. It sounds like we're getting our podium festivities underway now, right at the base of the landing of the Megassa Money Booter.
And gentlemen, this is your official awards ceremony for the Maxxis Slopestyle in memory of Megassa for 2024.
Hey, I saw some footage you holding one of those 10-year signs, Alan.
Yeah, I think that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
All right, folks, it's time to get underway with our Maxxis Slopestyle Awards for the first time ever, our women's podium. Taking away 3rd place, Caroline Buchanan. And going into 2nd with some big flips. She's gonna be so stoked with this. Harriet Burbage Smith. And for the first time, taking your gold medal, Robin Gooms! And joining us on the podium to present the Slopestyle Trophy, make some noise for Tom Hay. And one more time, ladies and gentlemen, your women's Maxxis Slopestyle Podium. Throw them up, ladies, here we go!
Well, there you have it. Caroline Buchanan with the bronze medal, Harriet Burbage-Smith securing the silver, and Robin Gooms, the first ever gold medalist for women's slopestyle here on the Crankworx World Tour. And this is just the start of things to come for the future of women's slopestyle, but also just the start of things to come for the 2024 Crankworx World Tour. Stop number 1 in the books, but this is just the tip of the iceberg on a young season to come. They're chanting Shuey.
I think we got some crowd participation in the podium here. Nice one.
Hey, when in Rome.
That's why you always get new shoes before a contest.
When in Rome, drink stuff out of your shoe. What if they have like their lucky pair of shoes that they just have to compete in when they're nervous? They're old. That's just commitment right there.
Full commitment. I think that's the way it is with shoeies. And on this slopestyle course, you can only get out with full commitment.
Yeah, you're not going to get a backflip knack to the landing of the Magaza Money Booter without full commitment. So you might as well drink champagne out of your shoe.
May as well.
I can't wait to see what the future holds. We got 3 more stops left this year. We got Cairns, we got Innsbruck, and of course we have Whistler. The cork has popped on the podium drinks. The cork has popped on the season and the future of women's slopestyle. Next up, we call it the Paradise Edition. It's gonna be May 22nd through the 26th, just a couple months away. We'll find ourselves back down in the Southern Hemisphere, right on the coast, the Great Barrier Reef for Crankworx Cairns. Hopefully we got the men back in the field by then too.
Yeah, well, let's hope for a full field, another great event that we're used to having. I'm stoked for Cairns. I wish we're going straight there from here, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. That would be a long swim though. So we're giving away another shirt, and I have this great device on my head, and they're telling me right now that Freeride Quebec, you won this t-shirt. It's autographed by, it looks like all the women. All these slopestyle competitors in the women's field signed this shirt for you, Freeride Quebec. And so, yeah, here you go, catch. Did you get it? Cool. Well, I hope you're gonna all join us for Crankworx Cairns in May. This has been a blast. My name's Cam McCall. This is Alan Cook. For Stella in the field, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in Cairns, Australia. Good night.